creative writing. I have my parents and my brother and my cousin helping me. The play is set in the 1940s on a train, and they will be reading the lines, and I will be reading the stage directions. And yeah, so here we go. On stage, we see one side of the train car. There are 5 sets of seats, with each set being 2 benches facing a small table. Above every table is a window with a curtain. As actors walk about the set, they should move and bounce in such way as to suggest that the train is moving. The 2 exits actors may use are on each side of the train, as if they're going into different train car. Luggage is stored in racks above the windows. Scene 1. This scene opens when the train is stopped to board passengers. Wilbur, wave so we know who you are, Wilbur. Hi, Wilbur. Wilbur is sitting in the center set of seats with Billy. Wave, Billy. Pretend Billy's like 40 years younger than he actually is. Okay. It was the pipe in the hat was his idea, by the way. That was not.
I want to say 30 years younger than he is.
Are you sure about that? I'm just kidding.
I'm a war veteran, all right? But that be that.
Okay. Billy standing next to him. They're both dressed in World War II uniforms. Billy is fidgeting his pacing, and we begin.
Will you quit it? Just sit down. The train will be moving soon.
I can't. I just feel restless. It feels weird coming home.
The war's over, mate. You're gonna see your family again and maybe finally get a girlfriend.
Settling down to a normal life again would be nice.
Yes, it would. Maybe I'll settle into a new life too.
What are you talking about? Nobody said anything about you getting a girlfriend.
Oh, shit.
All aboard! All aboard! Next stop, Providence. Charlotte and Lucy burst in the train from stage right. They're sorry. They're carrying luggage. Charlotte is holding a small dog. Oh, look, a dog. And
Be small, but just be small.
they're out of breath. Charlotte's dressed sensibly for traveling, but Lucy's outfit is full of ruffles, and she has a large fashionable hat. Charlotte, wave, Charlotte. Hi, no, sorry. Lucy, you're Lucy. You're Charlotte. Hi, Charlotte. And that's Lucy. Okay. Wilbur and Billy do not notice them at first, but continue to have a mute discussion.
I told you we should have left sooner. We barely made it.
No, you're still Lucy. No, I'm sorry, you are Charlotte.
If it wasn't for all your primping and bussing, we would have been there 20 minutes ago.
Well, at least I'm not the one who insisted we go back for her little pet.
I'm not leaving Allie with our crazy aunt. She might forget to take her pills and mistake her for a handkerchief. Again. Crosses to the set of seats second from the left. She tries to put her suitcase on the rack, but can't manage it because she's still holding the dog.
Here, let me help you with that, ma'am.
Why, thank you, mister.
Billy Richmond, at your service.
He gives her a gallant bow.
I'm Charlotte Lane. This is my sister Lucy Lane.
Lucy walks over to them and nods imperiously.
This is my buddy, Wilbur Sound.
Wilbur is awestruck by Lucy's beauty and doesn't respond. Billy begins to take her luggage so as to put it on the rack with the others, but Wilbur interrupts.
Please, allow me.
Wilbur places her luggage on the rack. The girls take her seats on the second set from the left, and Billy and Wilbur sit in their center seats.
Where are you lovely ladies headed?
Back home, we were visiting our aunt's house in Boston. We were very lucky to have found a train that goes straight from Boston to Providence with no stops in the middle.
Indeed. Very relaxing. No stopping and starting and whatnot. All that kerfluffle is bad for the digestion, you know.
Charlotte rolls her eyes, but the men nod seriously.
Now, do either of you gentlemen know where the dining car is? I think a few cucumber sandwiches would not go amiss.
I do. It's,
Right this way, madam. Allow me to escort you.
Lead the way.
Lucy and Billy exit. Stage left, arm in arm. Wilbur sits back down dejectedly.
Your friend is a very gallant fellow. So gentlemanly and sweet.
She looks off stage wistfully.
well, I don't know about sweet, but your sister is one lovely girl. I don't think I've ever seen eyes that sparkle like that.
She always was the beauty in the family. I always thought her flirting and fussing to be silly, but this once, I wish someone like Billy would look at me the way he looks at her.
I know how you feel. Billy gets all the girls, and they never look twice at me. Tell you what, if you help me charm Miss Lucy, I'll help you catch old Bill.
Deal.
They shake hands.
Now, tell me everything I need to know.
You first.
That would be a blackout, and then we would go to scene 2, which is the same setting, and then Billy, you guys can come back. Billy and Wilbur are sitting in the center seats. Lucy is sitting on the seat second from the left, embroidered in hand. Charlotte's across from her, holding Alvy. But Duchess will just be on the floor pretending that she's being held. Wilbur and Charlotte make eye contact and nod to each other. Wilbur stands and stretches.
You know, I think I'm going for a walk.
He turns and walks stage right as if he's going to leave. At the same time, Charlotte releases Alvy, and he runs around the train car.
Oh no, Billy, catch him before he gets hurt.
Here you go. Keep better hold of him next time.
Oh, thank you, Billy. He's not used to trains. You're so very good with dogs. Do you have one?
I never cared much for animals. They're too much work.
What do you like?
Sports mostly. Played football in high school.
I bet you were the best on the team.
Oh, I was. They almost changed the recruitment rules so I could come back after I graduated.
Lucy, did you know that Wilbur plays the violin? He's first seen in an orchestra in Providence. Now that's impressive, wouldn't you say?
Oh, indeed it is. I play the pianoforte myself, Wilbur. But I've always wanted to learn the violin.
I could teach you if you want. In fact, I have my instrument right here with me.
Oh, that would be lovely. Please do.
Wilbur takes his violin case down from the luggage rack and takes out his violin. He gives a sly wink and mouths a thank you to Charlotte. He and Lucy walk to the stage right set of seats, and he begins mutely instructing her on how to play.
So, Billy, tell me about yourself. Where are you from?
Oh, all over, I suppose. Never tend to stay in the same place very long.
What's your purpose for traveling to Providence?
My folks live there. Now that the war's over, I can see them again. Maybe even settle down.
That would be nice. You know, Lucy and I live in Providence too. Perhaps we can visit each other.
That would be great. I'd love to get to know your sister better. My parents would love her too, I'm sure.
Oh, of course.
Excuse me.
He walks over to where Lucy and Wilbur are and starts engaging Lucy in conversation. Charlotte sits back and puts her head in her hands. Wilbur notices her and excuses himself from Billy and Lucy. He walks over to her and sits across from her.
What's wrong?
I feel like an idiot. I might as well give up. Lucy's charmed him and there's no going back from that. How do things go with the violin lesson?
Remarkably well. I think she's starting to like me, but
But,
forgive me for saying this of your sister. She's lovely and sweet, but she seems, I don't know, sort of,
empty-headed? Yeah. She was never one for intellectual studies. She would rather shop.
look at them. So totally content to laugh with each other, but not us. I'm not sure what else we can do.
Suddenly, the train begins to bump and bounce as if it's coming off the tracks. This can be accomplished by the actors filling. Doing that, and the set itself moving. Lights turn on and off, and the ladies screech. In the in the chaos, Charlotte falls out the window, but hangs on. The actress can stand on the ground, but appears as if she's hanging on for dear life.
Help! Oh, please help!
No, it's okay. I got you.
He grabs a hold of her and hangs onto her arm as the train bumps about. The commotion continues for a moment, then settles down. The train has crashed. Billy and Lucy are on the floor, luggage is strewn everywhere, and Wilbur pulls Charlotte back onto the train car.
Oh, my dear, thank you. She hugs him. He is bemused.
Lucy.
Charlotte, are you all right? What happened?
She runs to her.
We crashed. Train came off the track. We're lucky it happened in an open field and not on a bridge or something. Everyone's leaving the train and going to the grass. Nobody looks like they're hurt too bad. We should go. They'll be taking a roll of the passengers, making sure everyone's accounted for.
Lucy goes to him and he gestures for the others to follow. Charlotte begins to go, but is stopped by Wilbur's hand on her arm.
You two go on. We'll catch up.
Billy shrugs and leaves, taking Lucy with him. They exit stage right.
What is it?
Are you all right? You really scared me there.
I'm fine. You should go.
They begin to believe, but stop.
Thank you, by the way, for saving my life.
Always.
They stare at each other for a moment.
You know, it's funny. This whole time I've been chasing your sister, but you were in front of me the whole time.
I was?
Yes, you are caring and smart and beautiful. And Charlotte, I know I'm not handsome or strong or dashing as Billy, but would you ever consider me? We've only known each other a day, but we could give it a chance.
Wilbur, I don't know what to say, except I'd be honored.
He smiles and hugs her.
Come on, let's go out there together.
And they exit stage right and blackout. Yay! Thanks, guys. Yay! Take a bow.